On today's show, Potts has to leave after the first segment, so we are going to have our massive debate on food intake, keto diets, and all the crap that is on the documentaries. Brax and Potts are fired up. I've got 4 pages of notes against them, and I am going to wreck their entire world. And it's all coming up next. Plus, we've got funny city names for you. Way too much confidence because of my one wheel. And of course, we're giving away $100. So strap it on, folks. It's time for Luch Dog in the Morning.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Luch Dog.
Luch Dog. Luch Dog.
This is Andy fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Luch Dog in the Morning.
#1 podcast in the world. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. We are so pumped to hang out with you today on a brand new Friday where you win some cash. So welcome to the show, my beautiful, fantastic, wonderful friends. Got Matty Potts across the land. We got to get right to it. What's up, Potts?
Greetings and salutations. Let's do this. I just had my very keto breakfast and I'm ready to roll.
Well, I'm here to tell you why that's a horrible thing. And so is Belly Matt LaBelle. What's up, dude?
What kind of business has their customers get skinny and then lose them? It's ridiculous.
He's against diets. Braxton Blue is on the other side. What's up, Brax?
How we doing?
Dude, so ready to go. Thank you guys for hanging out in the social media lounge again today, as always. Copy Imitation, Wednesday's winner of $100 for the most upvotes. Welcome, Copy, and congratulations. Way to go, dude. So, Copy, go ahead and get me your info. In fact, no, I'll just reach out to you. I got your stuff. So, good, congratulations. Terry Peter is his real name, and we're really happy. He does a lot of posting and commenting for us, so really thrilled that he won. And excited for everybody else. Keel Hart, it's coming, dude. Keep trying. Today, the way you win, look below if you will take us to our screen, please. Thank you, Brax. You can see we have 2 words below. We will give you clues throughout the show. Good luck. So we want to get into dieting today. Belly didn't watch. Okay, so here's the setup. Potts saw a documentary on Netflix called The Magic Pill, and it's all about. We'll do that in a second, but it's all about instead of getting kids on like 9,000 medications, like how about we just ask them what they're eating first? Can we check their diet, please? And let's talk about that. So this is where we're going. Potts, do you want to lead it off? Because I got a whole lot of notes.
No,
Why don't you?
I want you to lead. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll set it up. I mean, basically, so yeah, it's hard to do, but I watched this documentary. And I gotta be honest, I saw it on Netflix for quite a while, and I was like, I am not watching another stupid food documentary because I'm interested in it, but every time you watch one, it's like, oh sweet, there's 10 more things I can't eat, and I'm so sick of feeling like I'm eating healthy and then finding out I'm not, and like I can't eat anything. And I think we all feel like that when we watch these documentaries. They use scare tactics. They use, they make you feel stupid, and it's just really freaking frustrating.
Hey, Potts.
But someone on, yep.
If you take the mentality like I do, you'll be fine.
What's your mentality, Belly?
I'll eat whatever I want and do whatever I want, and if I die at 40, sorry.
And that's fine, and that's totally fine, and that's what about probably 90% of Americans are doing.
Yes.
What you have to realize, though, is that is why we have a massive healthcare crisis. That is why obesity and heart disease runs rampant throughout the country. That is why there are ingredients in our food in America that is straight up illegal and banned in most countries.
Now, hold on. Before we get into this is very good. This is a good start. But what we have to preface is, because Potts is leaving, Belly will be hitting us with the funny city names when you hear this sound.
Oh, wait.
Oh!
I'm not ready.
Oh, you're supposed to be.
You do that, Luch. Like, you can't just be like, and now. Like, you have to give us a second.
I expect you to be on your game.
There it is.
Yeah.
Boom. Whistles. I got Potts' whistle.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing the funny city names today. Do you have one for the people?
Today's funny city name, first start, is Accident, Maryland. That's right. It's a place where you may or may not know is right in the middle of nowhere.
By accident.
By accident.
Hey, So what is interesting about this is that
and
whenever we get
Lucha's parents call him an accident baby. And actually, what am I talking about? I'm having an accident baby.
You're going to an appointment today for an accident baby.
That's pretty good. All right. So what I wanted to say is before we only have like a few minutes with Potts, but when we talk about food, typically Potts gets fired up. So whenever you hear this sound,
warning, the pot's about to boil.
That's us reeling him back in.
Nah, stay
so
out.
You'll notice that he's going to probably get a little bit preachy here. That's when we'll hit you with this.
Warning.
So, we know that, and we're not trying to tell anybody to do how to live your life. But this stuff is fascinating, and I got a friend.
So you know, when can I just bump in? You have 4 pages, and when you start saying something really effing stupid, I'm going to hit you with this.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe. In all the galaxies, there's no bigger douche than you.
2 can play that game, Cupcake.
All right, sweetheart, let's go. So here's what I have. First of all, I have 2 different websites that I got information off of, but this is really funny. This person says, at this point, I'd rather chew on broken glass than hear about another keto blogger or social media expert talk about their keto-approved meals. Yes,
Totally
eating
fair.
Kraft cheese singles wrapped around cheese sticks, dipped in butter, deep fried, but without breading, please, and then dunked in sour cream. Yeah, it'll keep you in ketosis. I can't believe I have to write this, but no, that's not healthy.
No, and I mean that's like the most ignorant statement.
What's ketosis?
Like obviously, like
Good question.
And that's the problem is it's such an easy mark. People are going, well, but you can't bake in and wrapped in butter. Of course, that's not healthy. Of course, you can't eat that. You dumb fuck.
Bacon.
Like and unfortunately, I got to be honest. I've been on some keto Instagram pages that are like, yeah, the bacon's healthy. It's scientific, and it's like, yeah, they're giving keto diet a real bad name.
Potts, do you remember the Atkins diet where everybody's like, just eat a shit ton of red meat, it's fine. And you're like, nah, I don't think that's
Ask
gonna be
John
good.
Wayne how that worked.
Yeah,
out for him.
exactly.
But and this is a perfect example of the extremism of America is that we take something and we run with it, and that's why it's like, no, that's not what we're saying. And it's based on getting rid of sugar and carbs and then replacing it with healthy fats, which then you work out and your body burns.
And so
you
what
don't
he's
sit there and eat a stick of fucking butter like an idiot.
And what Belly made a very good. So okay, Belly's just gonna salivate through this whole thing. I told him, you just be you and speak for all the people who hate diets, because there's a lot of those people listening too. But let's be honest, we know that. But
what girl in a sorority doesn't like mozzarella sticks?
So what he is saying is, what is ketosis? The keto diet is any extremely low or no carbohydrate diet that forces the body into a state of ketosis. What happens is people eat a low or no carb diet, and then molecules called ketones build up in their bloodstreams. So low carb levels cause blood sugar levels to drop, and then the body begins breaking down fat instead of sugar to use as energy. Now, ketosis is actually a mild form of ketoacidosis, which mostly affects people with type 1 diabetes. And in fact, it's the leading cause of death of people who have diabetes under age 24. But many experts will tell you that ketosis just by itself is not necessarily harmful. There's the facts.
Right.
So,
right. And how I've made my own little like metaphor. It's like when you have a car and you're changing it from gas to from gas to electric. Like you're changing the chemistry of how your body runs to a more healthy and efficient way. And whatever, people can hate, but facts are facts. I mean, sugar, your body is not set up to be ingesting the amount of sugar that we are. And you can have carbs and sugar, 10% of your daily intake, which ain't much. But the problem is that every fucking thing in our food has it. So by the time you're halfway done with breakfast, you're at your max if you're not careful.
being in a state of ketosis is not a magic bullet. It can be helpful as a tool and addition, but it's just one component. As Potts was saying, if you switched from a wood-burning stove for heat, which is carbs, to an energy-efficient solar panel system, which is ketones, but your house is still a dilapidated dumpster fire with no plumbing or walls, you're not going to notice much of a difference.
Yep.
And that's what they're saying. You can't just go on a keto. You can't just go on the keto diet and then say, "I'm good." You still have to take care of your body, and that's a big point of this.
And you're totally right, Luch. And it's like all these other, it's just so frustrating. People are like, oh, I'm vegan. And it's like people are so ignorant. Like all you have to do is Google. Vegan has nothing to do with a healthy diet at all. It has nothing to do with diet. It has to do with animal cruelty. So if you're vegan, that means you're not wearing leather. It means this whole other lifestyle that everyone just hops on the vegan bandwagon. And like that's why I feel like this ketosis thing, the magic pill, spoke to me, because it's
about to boil.
That's not deserved.
I just wanted to see the reaction.
100% cupcake. I will fuck you up.
He's coming for you, Potts.
The surface, like, and I'm just. It's just frustrating when people are like, "Oh, I'm vegan." Like, no offense, but I know vegans that are not fucking fit or thin. They're vegan. They don't work out, and they can eat sugar all day long. How is that healthy?
From the social media lounge, Potts does the best impression of vegans.
Give it to me. Give me a vegan impression.
What was that?
I
just got this new makeup at 7-Eleven for $1.99. Don't worry, it's vegan.
So good.
Assholes.
Oh god, that's good. I love it, dude.
And that's funny because I do that in my videos, and I do it. I'm not making fun of vegans. I'm making fun of the dipshits that hop on the vegan bandwagon and have like no idea what they're even talking about.
So I wanted to throw some stuff at you guys. I don't know, Potts, yes, there are some very good things that are said about it. According to reported results, and this is all on healthline.com, patients lost an average about 22 pounds after 2.5 cycles on the keto diet.
What's a cycle? How many?
That's a good question. Do you know? I looked at that. I couldn't find the info.
I don't know what a cycle is.
So what they say is that you don't want to make this a lifestyle change. You don't want to just like cut out all your carbs and then no sugars and then forever. Like this is like a short-term thing and like a cycle thing, but it's particularly effective. What I found fascinating, you guys know I used to teach special ed with students with autism, ADHD, cerebral palsy. Like I had lower functioning kids who like couldn't speak, nonverbal. And there was a girl that was one of the guy was like an addict, and then in his like younger life, and then he had a couple kids, and one of his daughters is nonverbal with autism and all kinds of health problems. And she only ate, Brax, what did she eat for dinner before this?
It was goldfish and Doritos.
And chicken nuggets. Yeah,
and chicken nuggets.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Goldfish, Doritos, chicken tenders.
And this is exactly the example they used on the magic pill.
That's what I'm giving you the magic pill example. Exactly.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
I was like,
wow. No, he's right. Look, it was fascinating. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying what I didn't like about the documentary is that there was a whole bunch of people saying, yeah, listen, there's all this misinformation because I forget which president. Eisenhower had a heart attack. Somebody had a heart attack, and then everybody freaked out. And then the American the Heart Association took this info from one doctor who was just just basically saying, "This is how it is. This is how it is. You need to,
Doctors.
cut
I
the
don't
fat."
trust those
And this
fuckers.
guy, that's what he's saying. He's saying, like, cut the fat. It causes heart attacks. It causes heart attacks. And everybody freaked out and started doing these low cholesterol, light mayonnaise,
2% milk.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He did this. But the problem was he came up with the theory before he knew anything, and then he was dead set on proving the theory before. So it was like you can't have the answer before you pose the question. And the problem was he did all these tests. They literally spent billions of dollars, and he went to countries that he knew he was going to get the results he wanted, and excluded other countries that would disprove his theory. So the whole thing was botched from the get-go, and literally our entire dieting system has been. I mean, the food pyramid was based on this. Even the Food and Drug Administration's out there, they flipped it upside down.
Belly, this is what the food pyramid is based on. He's right. It's like it's like this little nugget of let's see if we can get this off the ground, and it turned into what we follow mainstream for the next 3 generations. And so there's all these there's talk about what we can do, and make sure you pipe in social media lounge if they're going off. I'm locked in right now.
Maximum once or twice a week for foods and drinks high in fat, sugar, and salt.
Yep.
Maximum.
Is that from the social media lounge?
No, that's from internet.
Oh, so what I wanted to show you guys is that from healthline.com, and you can see this on the documentary. Again, it's called The Magic Pill if anybody wants to watch it. It's particularly effective. Oh, and this girl had epilepsy. She had 30 seizures a day. 30 a day. And let me tell you something, folks. From going to grad school for special ed training, that is one of the most debilitating things for your brain. Like every time you have a seizure, it takes you down a little bit. It just keeps knocking you down a peg. And like eventually, I mean, it's degenerative. There's not a lot left. I mean, you can't just have seizures your whole life. So it's particularly effective with children with refractory epilepsy who have not responded well to at least 2 different drug treatments. About half of these children who go on this
Need that CBD
diet, well, the CBD oils,
Yep.
half of the people that go on this diet see a reduction of number of seizures they have. However, the medical professionals are not sure why the diet works in these cases. So, I mean, excuse me, that was shown in the documentary too. I didn't watch to the end, but was she fine at the end of it?
She was way better. Her cognitive abilities were improving. I mean, they were showing it, and I actually totally think that CBD oils would help even more for sure.
Why?
But I mean,
just
because it's been
help.
proven to help stop things like seizures and stuff. It just calms those nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's
Sanjay
really eye-opening.
Gupta.
If you don't want, look again. I get people not wanting to watch another documentary, but do yourself you owe it to yourself just to get the knowledge from this. If you don't change your diet, who cares? But that's up to you. But you need to know this stuff.
Belly, what's going on with CBD oils? You seem to know a lot about that.
Sanjay Gupta's a big guy in this game. He's a neurosurgeon and medical reporter. He's come out on a lot of reports with CBD oil, finding out he was someone who actually stood very highly against medical marijuana and things like that for a long time. But then once he really started to see the results, where seizures were getting cut by like 90% when they were using CBD oils in certain ways. I mean, if the fact that it's actually proven to help people in this capacity is unbelievable that it's not allowed everywhere.
It's fantastic. There's new things that are coming out. We don't know everything about our bodies. We just act like we do. But some of the things 100%. That a sports nutritionalist will tell you, Rob Maurer, in fact, can you pipe in some, just take a look at the social media lunch. They're going off right now.
Well, they all want to be 27 again.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, everyone's like, man, 27 was the ideal age. They're like, that's where my body was at its peak, and that's where I want it to stay forever, but it doesn't.
So it's, as from a sports nutritionalist, Rudy Maurer, using a low-carb approach with some people who have had trouble losing weight, he says that he's seen high-performing athletes go on this plan. One of the benefits is that it's quick results. So people can lose the initial weight pretty rapidly, but then you'll get motivated by that because you'll see the results. And then he says also it makes people feel full despite having fewer calories, and it gives them more energy, and that's because people are giving up their sluggish diet of processed foods. And he also adds that the keto diet keeps blood sugar levels stable, which produces a more stable flow of energy. So there are benefits to this. But I would like to know what you think about what I have when I typed in what's wrong with the keto diet.
Okay.
Because a whole lot came back.
Let's hear it.
For starters, most of the lost weight is water weight. So once your body enters ketosis, you also begin to lose muscle, become extremely fatigued, and eventually enter starvation mode. Then it actually becomes even harder to lose the weight. And while this sports nutritionist Rudy Maurer said he doesn't believe that the keto diet causes muscle loss, he did caution that it's not optimal for somebody who's trying to gain muscle.
Okay, so if you could literally go on Instagram and follow 100 people that are on the keto diet and they are yoked up. The thing, if you're going to do heavy lifting, you are allowed to carb up a bit. So you can eat carbs a little bit if you're again. It's like the Atkins where it's percentages, and that's the problem. Is people the biggest problem is people are eating pasta and like carbs, and then they're also eating fats. So your body is going to burn the sugar first and then the fat. You're overloading your body. All this is doing is training your body to it's removing the sucrose and giving it the healthy fats to burn instead. You can have a little bit of carbs, especially if you're bodybuilding. It says it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the stuff you're saying, it's so one-sided and not. It's like giving you half the fat.
And it's all about like it's not just the dieting. You have to do like every step of this process completely right.
So don't you think that some of those people
with that? I go to the gym at least 5 times.
No, but what I'm saying is this guy is what he's saying is you can't just go on this diet and expect to be shredded. You have to like do other things to make sure you take care of your body as well because you're putting yourself close to starvation.
Dude, that's with anything. Come on, that's with any fucking diet. With anything you do. You can't do one. Yeah. And that's the problem. Americans are so fucking ignorant. They're like, ooh, I'm going to eat a stick of butter and not work out. Yeah, you're going to be a fat fuck, you dumb fuck.
Yes. Thank you, Pots. If you're going to eat and intake calories, burn them. That's what I do.
I'm telling you right now, everything you said from that sports nutritionist is half facts. It's half truths.
All right, now here's my problem. Before we go to that, let's see what's going on in the social media lounge.
Social media lounge right now is all going off about milk and cheese and lactose intolerance. I got a fun fact for you all. We're all technically lactose intolerant. We shouldn't be intaking other
Dairy
animals.
is the worst thing you could put in your body.
Like,
think about what dairy is.
Dude, I used to preach that. I'm telling you, that's not entirely true. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, that's different.
But Potts, isn't it? I mean, if you think about milk is made from the human body for babies, right? For a cow's calf, right? Or, a mother's kid to grow the bones and make it grow. So why are we surprised that you feel bloated after you eat dairy as an adult?
Or when I have the worst bathroom breaks after eating ice cream.
That's what it's for.
Because first off, raw milk, what used to be illegal in America, it's because of the types. It's because of what's in it. It's like saying red meat causes cancer. Of course, if you eat a ton of it, it's not good for you. The problem is what we're feeding the cows and then we're eating that. So that's why they say that you can't just eat red meat. You have to eat grass-fed red meat because that's healthy. If you eat dog shit meat, it's not going to work.
Oh, I want to eat my burger patties from McDonald's.
Yeah,
I'll take the buns off.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, it's just half-truths. Everything in moderation. It says you can't eat, like bacon will cause fucking cancer. Right. You have to eat bacon without nitrates.
So
nitrates are linked to cancerous things. Like it's like they're giving you half the stuff that they wanted, exactly what this doctor did on the magic pill. He's giving you just enough information to prove his theory and not anything else. And that's what we're doing right now.
Here's my problem with this whole documentary, excuse me. And we've got those letters going down on the social media lounge, by the way. We've got those letters going for you. So good luck. Here's my problem, Potts. You took that documentary, and that documentary does a whole lot of research and does a really good job, Belly, of telling you why the American Heart Association was wrong based off of this one doctor's findings that we all took, and we should really be listening to what they're saying in this documentary. Mm-hmm. How is that different? Isn't that just them saying that they're right? Like, why are they any different than the guy who said that you should...
No, they're not saying anything. All their display. That's what I'm saying. This documentary has nothing to do with scare tactics or anything. It's giving you information. They're saying this is why we think this.
Yeah.
This is why we eat the way we do. And then they go on about like the marketing of the food is just is abhorrent. How it's all based on marketing as well.
That's right. It's time again because we got to get Potts out of here.
Yeah, we'll get you out of here. Go ahead.
But today...
Oh, you whistled before you even had it up?
I whistled before I even had it up. I'm sorry.
Amateur hour over here.
Sandwich, Massachusetts. Incorporated in 1639, Sandwich is the oldest town in Cape Cod. Its named seaport, Sandwich in Kent, England. The community in the town is most known for glass.
Potts, I want you to go off on this. Potts, go off on this. Ready? Keto diets should only be used... Let's see. Hold on. No, here you go. People will do anything to get the weight off. However, a keto diet will do more harm than good for the majority of patients, especially if they have any underlying kidney or liver issues. Go!
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's true or maybe it's not. But again, it's like you can't drink milk if you're lactose intolerant and then say the keto diet's unhealthy. It's like, no, you have a deficiency that prevents you from having lactose, you dipshit.
You know what I'd rather do? In fact, why don't I'm just going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to give you a minute, however long you want to go before you get out of here. We're just going to let you go. When you stop talking, I'll play the music. We'll go to break. I think that's fair because you brought this up. You're fired away, and I really just appreciate it. So go ahead.
I'm not preaching, dude. Everybody eat what you want. There's people like Belly that they want to enjoy life. They want to eat their food, and that's fine.
But the fact of the matter
is the reason that we're in the situation we are in America, healthcare is scary fucked up. I mean, I'm about to have a baby, and they're telling me it's going to cost an extra $500 a month. I mean, that is scary. You know why it is? Because I'm paying for all of your heart disease and obesity and bullshit. And so all I'm saying is watch it and do what you want with the information. It's important, it's imperative that we are equipped with the proper knowledge and we're not just a bunch of sheep watching commercials and saying, oh, that must be good for me, or walking down the grocery store and saying, oh, that says low fat, that must be good for me. It's all marketing. It's all a scam. And here's the core of it. We have to break it all down and wrap our heads around the fact that we have, in fact, been lied to. We have, in fact, adopted the eating habits that we were taught to from our parents, who were taught to from their parents, and it's all based on misinformation. They've even admitted that with the food pyramid. Just, it's up to us to equip ourselves with knowledge. And if we want to live our lives through ignorance, then great. You're gonna die. You're gonna get heart disease. You're gonna be fat. Luch, go fuck yourself. Belly, go fuck yourself. Braxton, I love you. You're good in my book. Go fuck yourselves, and I'm out.
We love you, Potts. Have an awesome day.
Yeah, man.
Say hi to baby mama. We'll talk to you soon. Belly, we got a whole story for these people. I got a story for you that they are really going to appreciate. And it involves my confidence being way too high because of my one wheel. And it almost got my ass beat. I'll tell you all next. Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what the fuck am I going to eat today? I got the answer for you right here, folks. It's Marinate Restaurant. You marinateyourlife.com. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go over there. You're going to get yourself some sliders, some bowls, some soups, some tacos, whatever it is, because you know on Tuesdays, those tacos are buy one, get one free. So head over to the Brando store on the corner of Western and Melrose and get yourself some goddamn tacos. Let's go, baby. MarinateYourLife.com. Head over there today for the best food you've never had.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Are you curious about finding something more in sports? Are you looking for maybe different opinions or a better voice? Well, I have your solution here, folks, and that's soapboxsports.com. You want to go there anytime you want anything for sports, and anything you're looking for, you will find. So, and if you don't, join our team. Find it and write about it. We want you. soapboxsports.com.
I thought he was going to say, if you don't, GFY. That was very good, Belly. Nicely done, sir. Welcome back, folks. Luch Dog in the Morning, hanging out with you on TTR Studios channel from YouTube, and of course the podcast that is blowing up across the land. So thank you all, you new
You're gonna
listeners
have to keep an eye out, by the way, for the
Or?
right answer, because I don't know the answer to today's Hangman. So,
oh, damn it. We have to tell him.
yeah, I'm the one that's got to keep an eye
All
out.
right, I'll mute the microphones.
As you can see down in the bottom right corner, we do have 2 letters available from our 2 words.
Why don't we give them another one? Go ahead and give them another one while I tell Belly what it is in his headset. There it is.
Oh.
I hope they didn't read my my lips. Did they read my lips?
Oh, shit. Someone already got that.
Get the hell out of here. Somebody already guessed that.
They may have accidentally guessed it, but someone definitely put that in the chat.
No. They knew a topic.
I mean,
no, I'm not.
Literally right here, I see it. I'm highlighting it right here.
Was it a guess?
The G-Spot brand has it. I don't know if it's a guess or they just...
That is 100%. Give me the music! Wow, that's not fun. Hold on.
I told him we were talking about...
Oh, no, then don't give it to him. No. Rip that music off. No, we're not giving it to him.
All right.
Tell us why, Brad.
Here's what happened. He's like, I talked to Flake this morning. He's like, what are you doing? I'm on the way to the show.
Well, don't give it away. You told him a topic.
He said, what are you talking about on the show today? I said, well, we got this topic. And
then he pulled it because of that.
He knows I've been doing it lately.
Okay, no. Flake, we love you, but no. No.
Someone else said it.
Did somebody else get it?
Someone else said it.
Oh, wait.
Damn it.
Let me get it up there.
Get the music.
Hold on.
Get the music. She won. There it is. Oh, she probably just went straight up.
That's fine. You guys gave it all away today.
Rebecca Randall! Come on down. Your answer is about to come on the screen.
Boom.
Jenny Craig.
Thank you so much for playing today's fun and wonderful game show. Today's episode and its word is sponsored by, not really sponsored because they don't pay, but Jenny Craig is the answer. And You are the winner, Rebecca Randolph. So thanks for playing. As always, you get the $100. Don't forget to send us your information. And as always, thank you for listening here at Luch Dog in the Morning.
Rebecca, reach out to me on Facebook or just text your info to 571-354-7338. I would also like to take calls if we can. Can we do that for a quick second? Because the social media lounge is popping off right now. What do you guys think of the last segment? Do you think the keto diet is good? Do you think it's full of shit? Are you mad that we're talking about diets in general? Do you like that we're talking about diets in general? I'm actually curious. I will not move on until I get a phone call. 571-354-7338. I'm holding the social media lounge hostage. 571-354-7338. Call us now. I want to know what your thoughts were on that diet. I mean, I'd love to talk to Copy. Copy, call me right now. We can get you your thoughts on... He said he was eating great until he got back to Ohio, and then he started eating crap again. 571-354-7338. I would love a phone call to see what you guys think about this.
The other thing about diets and things like that, the biggest issue is the expense. I mean, lower income, not like those things are going to, we got a call coming in.
We'll make that happen. I'll finish what you're saying because you make a very good point, dude, because it's true. He's talking about you got to bathe your fresh broccoli in coconut oil. That's the only way that you can eat it. And then it's okay, fine. You got to go eat fresh salmon, organic. You got to go get the best grass-fed meat. Yeah, I get it. That's definitely not the easiest thing to do. Caller on the line. Who are you? Where are you from?
It's Jess from San Diego.
Oh, what's up, girl? Now, I know you've got some health issues as far as diet goes. You could probably speak to this. Talk to us.
I mean, people get really preachy about diet, and the bottom line is you got to figure out what works for you, and you got to, take your specific health considerations into effect, and then not hate on other people for their diet choices, because we don't all have the same access to food and food sources, and not everyone can afford to eat grass-fed beef, and and not everyone can afford to eat a totally gluten-free diet. Or I mean, I have to, but eating healthy is also, we have to recognize, a luxury. There's what they call food deserts, people that don't have places within walkable distances or easy distances to get fresh food, and not everyone has transportation, and so it's easy to say everyone should just do this, but at the end of the day, we're all trying to do our best.
Well, Jess, can we make public your plight and what you've been through, or is that something you want to keep private?
I'm totally fine talking about it. I mean,
Well, you can't be around. You can't even be. I mean, she's got celiacs and pretty severe, and I know that you can't even be in a room with a wheat grain, or you will. I don't know.
I mean, Maddie, she tends to over-dramatize things a little bit. I can be in the room with it.
So does Auntie Maria. Auntie Maria likes to talk it up too.
Well, it's kind of good when people do. I don't always argue with it, because better for them to be overcautious than not.
Agreed.
I wouldn't necessarily go hang out in a pizza place where they're tossing around flour. I actually was in a pizza place once, and I didn't even order water, because I was like, there's no way that there's not flour all over everyone's hands.
Well, Jess, what happens to you if you were to ingest a piece of bread?
I don't know what would happen to me right now if I ate a piece of bread. I think I probably wouldn't be able to move for about a week.
Right.
But when I get even just cross-contamination or a little bit of something, I mean, everyone's symptoms can be different, but for me, I get all kinds of, I get it can affect my muscle coordination, my moods. I get really bad headaches. I get nauseous. Sometimes I get rashes on my skin.
So how did this work when you were getting this? I'm sure you had to have this diagnosed later in life, and we're going to move off of health in just a second here. I've got an amazing story. Do not leave. If you're tired of us talking about health, I have the best. It might rival the $100 hand job. So I'm just saying, stick around. But Jess, if you didn't always know you had celiacs, so what were some of your symptoms that were going on that made you how bad was it before you figured out there was a problem? You must have been miserable.
I was absolutely miserable, and that's what happened. I was on this trip. I went on a jam cruise, and that you save all year for, and it's it takes a lot to get there, and it's supposed to be this wonderful week, and I was fucking miserable the whole time. And I realized that in a lot of my life, I gauged whether or not I was having a good time by the people around me, and I was like, this isn't, this is ridiculous. I got to figure out what's going on. But I mean, for years, this is gross, but I would wake up with such bad stomach aches that I just had to run to the bathroom, and I thought it was I thought it was from drinking, but then I got older and stopped drinking every day, and it just still happened. And I was like, And I was like, all right, well, I can't blame booze anymore. And, you know, eventually you just got to figure it out.
Well, we really appreciate you calling in. And I know, you know, that's got to be hard making changes. Do you have a piece of advice for somebody who's got to make a massive change? And I'm not talking about just like cutting something out, but like really trying to make a change. What's your best piece of advice before we let you go?
Just keep trying, you know. If you fall off, get up the next day and try again. That's pretty much my life motto. Get up the next day and try again.
Ms. Jessica Jones. Thank you, lady. We appreciate you so much from the Social Media Lounge. She's already won her $100. Copy won it yesterday, and he is going to possibly call in. He's brushing his teeth, but you know what? In fact, Copy, just hang out for a second. I'll do that in a little bit because I want to get to this story. I almost got my ass beat yesterday. Like, so bad. It was bad. Here's what happened. Belly and I live next to the pool. When we moved in here, I mean, I'm talking like it is right out this window. You see that? That's pool, okay? It's trees, but right through the trees, it's pool. Now...
Wrong angle.
Belly, what was their selling point of us taking this apartment?
They were very weird about the fact that they're like, oh, you got the best view. It's right over the pool.
But what did they not remind us of? What that would mean?
Children 8 hours a day.
Like, I love the sound of kids having fun,
That's
but when
a
it's...
bird.
No, we'll get to the bird. We'll get to the bird. But already we have to deal with from noon to 8, Tuesday through Sunday, just kids having a blast. Which
They're
is
out
fine.
of school. It's game over. It's game over.
Right. Rebecca Randolph, pools are loud. Copy says, do you really want me to call in and talk about diets again? No, we appreciate you, but no, you're right. The time has passed. I want to get off of food.
I want to get a diet on diets right now.
Yeah, so we'll take a diet from diets. So we're used to random background noise. Now, luckily, we do all of our shows before noon, and this doesn't open till noon, so we're good to go as far as radio goes. Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare. But sometimes I'd like to get some recording going on. And I mean, how am I going to do that if I've got kids going nuts in the background? So that's tough. But I can deal with it because it's kids. Now, Belly tried to take a nap yesterday. You know he went to the parade for the Caps. He stayed up for 30 hours straight.
It wasn't a nap. I had to go to sleep.
Yeah, he went to bed at 3 p.m. But what was wearing you out?
So when I first started going to nap, so the funny thing is it could have kept going, and I eventually would have adapted and gone to sleep with that sound going on. But it was more like it sounded exactly like a whistle.
Can you give it to us?
Yeah, I can give it to you. Oh. It almost sounded exactly like that. Just over and over.
How would you record something in your apartment if this is in your background and you're trying to go to sleep and it's just constantly just coming in and coming in? It's so annoying. But like, I don't know if his soundboard is going to allow him to do it, but it was literally like this.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, it's almost like someone just right in my ear. I couldn't take it anymore yesterday. It came back. Again. It came back. Because Belly came out afterwards and he goes, what the fuck is up with that bird?
Yep.
And I don't see him, like, he's been cursing a lot more lately, but, like, he doesn't usually get angry.
Sorry, Mama Luch. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my mom was like, Belly's cursing a lot. Can you have a word with him?
I'm going to try and I'm going to keep it on the down low. Keep it off
Rebecca
the show.
Randolph writes in, I hate the sound of kids having fun. You can't tell if they're screaming for joy or if they're being murdered.
Nope,
it's true.
It's the same.
And this is what I actually was like, what's going on out there? Because yesterday I heard this thing. I heard it again, and I'm trying to like watch a movie. Dude, there's no way you can do anything with something right outside your window. So I went outside just to see what is this? And there is no better tool than a one wheel for searching this out. So I grabbed my one wheel. I went outside and I'm downstairs. And I say, because I can see, I'm only 15 feet from the lifeguard at the pool. It's like a fence that I can see through. And I say, dude, what is that sound? He goes, I don't know, man. It's like a bird or a dog or something. And a guy from the third balcony above me goes, dude, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm about to beat some ass. Like, that is so fucking annoying.
Yeah, we all of us, the whole apartment building's joining forces to find this bird and take it down.
So now I'm like, oh, it's not just me? Okay, great. I got some ammo, and I looked up. I said, yeah, dude, what the fuck is going on down there? Like, he's like, yeah, dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know if this dog is being strangled, but, like, it sounds like a dog being strangled. And just like Rebecca's saying, you can't tell if they're happy or being murdered. Potts is piping in from the social media lounge. Jesus, I've been gone for 10 minutes, and this asshole is talking about the one wheel already. Touchdown!
That's a touchdown. We don't have the sound. Potts is our sound guy.
Very nicely done, Potts. Now, okay, I'm just reading. Okay, I gotta
get out of the social media lounge. Get the fuck out.
All right, then you do it. So, what happens is, I'm just gonna minimize because I gotta.
Luch is banned from social media lounge.
Here's what happened. I now have the confidence of, oh man, this is wearing out the pool. It's wearing out the guy upstairs. It's wearing out my roommate. It's wearing me the fuck out. So I take my one wheel and I go across the pool. It sounds like it's coming from the basketball court, which is, you guys know, my pump track out there. It's about 100 feet away. So I take my one wheel out there. And again, we thought this was a bird. It's not a bird. Sounds like a tiny dog. It's closer. I want to know what you would have done in this situation.
It's a kid. You're telling me it's a kid?
Now, it's not a kid, but here is exactly what happened.
It's a grown man?
I don't know how to tell this story being real without somebody calling me out for being racist. I know that's going to happen. I don't care because
we have Hell, Michigan. Sometimes go to hell isn't an insult. It's directions. In central Michigan, community got its start when George Reeves opened a grits mill where grain is ground into flour. Stay away, Jessica Jones. And paid farmers who brought in grain and home distillery whiskey. So, if you're ever in Michigan, go to hell.
You know what I want to do? This is because that's so good. I want to end on this. I just want to end on this. We're just going to have so much fun for the rest of the show. I'm going to take a 30-second break.
I have a fun story about this, too.
Yeah.
I had a bride, actually, in the bar the other day.
Tell it on the way back.
All right.
Tease it. Tell it on the way back, because I want to make sure we spread this out. We get this all the way through.
To Hell, Michigan.
For real? For Hell, Michigan? I'm going to tell you right now. What I saw when I came up to this dog, bird, child, whatever it was, I wish I was in Hell, Michigan, because it would have been better than what I came up with. We'll finish it all next. Hanging out with you. Luch Dog in the morning.
At LITMradio.com.
You guys are so hot right now.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day!
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Pay the man, baby.
A couple had to drive through Hell, Michigan to get to their wedding. They now say they went through hell to get married.
Well played. Welcome back, folks! Very good call. So, here's the deal. What, Frax? Into the microphone.
This music is very intense.
It's epic because this is what's going on. As I'm driving my one wheel, I'm floating up to the scene, and in my mind, I'm going to beat some ass. Now, not really, because I'm 5'7" and 158 pounds soaking wet. But you ever been so mad where this music is playing in your brain, and you're like, oh, I don't care who's over there. It could be a giant. I will slay them as David. Goliath is going down. This bird will shut up.
Yes.
That's where I was at, okay? However, I said that there's no way that I can tell this without somebody calling me out for being racist, but I believe that if you want a world without racism, this is how you act. I pulled up around the corner. Bella, are you with me or are you in the social media lounge?
I'm here.
Because this is all for you.
Yep.
I wanted to stop this bird for you. You can't sleep during the day. I can't record during the day. It's causing us problems. So as I get to the basketball court, I see what it is. It's a puppy that's a pit bull that's tied to a tree, and its owner is one of 15 incredibly jacked prison basketball looking black dudes playing on the court. It is only 15 dudes. They all have their shirts off. They're all cut, and it looks like a prison basketball game strictly because of how seriously they're taking the game. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying, as little tiny white boy, that's about the scariest group of people that you could possibly walk up to.
Especially to tell them your dog sounds like it's dying.
Hey, can you shut up the dog, please? Like, this is my nightmare. Okay?
I would have floated right back away.
Well, I think that the one wheel was just pouring confidence down my throat.
Oh, no.
Because I'm in my head thinking,
I can get away.
I can get away. They're not going to catch me.
They can definitely catch you.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm pretty quick.
You don't go over 20 miles an hour.
I will if I'm being chased by 15 dudes who are way bigger than me. And like, let me just say that when you're talking to a group of 15 black dudes, they're going to respond to you in a way that's, you better be careful what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. So what I did, was I talked to them as if race was not a thing. Now here's my problem, okay? I don't like to talk about race too much in this show because it is extremely polarizing and you can't win that conversation. But I firmly recognize I firmly recognize racial tendencies in myself. I will admit that I can feel and see myself doing something based on the way somebody looks, and it's not by choice. It's something that's been ingrained in me since I was like a child,
That doesn't make it right.
born. It's not making it right. It's incredibly wrong. But I'm telling you that I recognize myself doing this. For example, since I was a kid, first time I ever went into DC, one of my parents, one of my friends' parents told me, "Don't look black people in the eye. They take it as a sign of aggression." That's a fucked up comment.
That's fucked up.
But as a 7-year-old who's never been in the city before and doesn't know any better but to not question adults, that became a thing for me. And I've noticed now.
The correct advice is to look everyone in the eye.
Thank you. That is absolutely 100%. But let's not lie to each other. If we want to get progress, you can't skirt it. We've all had racist fucking things said to us when we were kids and you didn't know any better. And that stuff gets ingrained in you. Like, you know, you've got grandparents who have said some fucked up shit to you. You know you've had some parents that were friends' parents or something that said some fucked up shit and you don't know any better. But then again, 20 years later, you realize, by the way, when I went to DC, I didn't look anybody in the eye. I looked at this guy, this big black guy comes walking towards me. I looked at his shoes and he literally says, "You look at my shoes, boy?" I was like, I can't win. I think I've told that story before, but this is something that's actually happened to me. So now then you fast forward 20 years and I notice if I am passing somebody on the street and it's a black dude, I will do anything but look them in the eye. And then I notice that that's not the case for anybody else that's walking towards me. And that's a problem in my eyes. That's a problem for me. And so I make it a point anytime I see anyone,
look them and wave.
I make sure I smile, make eye contact. That's my thing. Whether, I don't care if you're green, purple, blue, black, guy, girl, doesn't matter. Both.
Old, young.
Old, young. I make a point to look you in the eye and smile at you. Now, let me say something. Imagine, first of all, as a white guy, I can tell you when I pass a random black guy on the street, they typically don't look super friendly. Would you? If every time you saw a white guy pass you, they don't look you in the eye? Think about what they go through.
They go through a lot.
They go through a lot. They go through racism every day. They go through racism before we even wake up in the morning.
Yep.
So if you think that some black guy is just trying to be like, you know, mean mugging you, or he's not looking you in the eye because he's not friendly, no, he's just, we've been doing that to him probably for his whole life. Watch what happens if you smile and make eye contact the next time. That guy who just went from looking scary or defensive, dude, his face will just turn into just complete and melted and just, hey, man, like, thank you. It's inspiring. Change the world with a smile. You can do it. You talk about plus one wheeling all the time. Well, why don't you go plus smiling? Make one person smile today. You done something.
Mm-hmm.
So typically I am very, very conscious of this. And it got me into trouble yesterday because I talked to these dudes as if it was just you two. And I almost got my fucking ass beat. Because what I did was I rolled in. Again, they're dribbling the basketball. You know, they're in the middle of the game. And little white boy rolls up.
You interrupted the game.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Little white boy rolls up on his stupid hoverboard thing that they don't know what it's about. And I just come up and I go, hey, guys. Just curious if I could ask you a favor. And they're still kind of dribbling, but they stop and they dribble and they're still dribbling and they're dribbling. I said, is there any way that we can make that dog stop barking? And
that's the what the
correct because I'm seeing red. You're gonna if that's what you found wrong with this, you're gonna love where this is going.
You can't just tell its stupid dog to. I mean, yeah. Let me just tell my dog to shut up.
And that's pretty much what this one guy. He's got the dreads, and he's not in the game. He's just at the bench. And let me just say, these guys, like, fucking awesome. I would have done nothing different. Like, they were awesome. They handled it very well. But I did not. I made a mistake, I think. And I said, hey, is there any way that, like, I don't know, is there any way we can get that dog to maybe just, like, stop barking or something? And the guy looked at me, just like Belly did, and was like, dude, it's just a puppy. He's got his owner 5 feet in front of him. He's just barking because he sees him playing the game. And I said...
And a ball.
Right. And I said, I know, dude, but you got like 6 people over there that like we're all over ready to beat some ass because we can't stand this anymore.
Oh no.
And then and the ball just goes bow, 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 bow. They just stopped what they were doing.
Oh no.
One dude goes, I'm sorry, did he just say beat some ass? And I just and immediately I realized what I had said. I would have said it to you guys. I did not think for 1 second they would take it as, what'd you say, little white guy?
Threaten a group of people with beat some ass.
Right. And I realized...
a group over there ready to beat some ass over this dog.
That's exactly what I said. You got like 6 people over there that are ready to beat some ass because of how much this thing is just frustrating us. And the ball just stops bouncing. And now everybody stops what they're doing, and they're just staring at your boy. And I'm over here going back and forth in one place on the one wheel. Anybody who knows a one wheel knows what I'm doing. I'm just like rocking back and forth and realizing, oh, fuck. So I said, oh, no. Not like actually beat some ass. I get my own ass beat. Look at me. I'm tiny. I've never even been in a fight before.
God.
And the guy goes, dude, we're just playing some basketball, man. And now another guy from the corner goes, I'm sorry, did he just say beat some ass? What are the chances of me getting out of this with my head in place? Like, what are your thoughts right there if you're me?
Well, obviously you weren't thinking, and you aren't thinking.
I wasn't thinking, look, isn't this what we want?
You ask someone to tell their dog to stop barking, ain't gonna happen. You tell someone, a group of people, we got like 6 people over there ready to beat some ass.
All I had to do was come at it from a different angle, guys.
All you had to say was, hey guys, like, is this dog all right? It sounds like it's kind of struggling.
I don't mean to cause any problems. I'm glad you guys are out here playing basketball. I'm trying to record like music back there. I can't lay down tracks with this dog. Is there any way that you guys can help me out? No, I didn't do that. I just said, we're over there ready to beat some ass. And I saved it by making a joke because they all started, you heard the basketball stop. Bow, 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 bow. Everybody's just looking at me. I'm sorry, did he just say beat some ass? And I just, on my one wheel, said, okay, no. Clearly not actually mean beating some ass. I would get my own ass beat. I'm not actually trying to start a fight with you guys. I'm just saying we're all over there like, what the fuck is going on? I can't live my life like this. A couple of them smiled because I'm if you can see it in my face, I'm not trying to cause a fight.
Man.
But boy, did I use the wrong words. And one more guy goes, he did just say beat some ass, didn't he? And I said, I didn't say beat some ass. I'm sorry. And unbelievably, hold on the comment, it's coming. Unbelievably, like, thank you, Jesus. In my mind, have you guys ever had this happen to you before? You think you have a situation under control, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, something's, this is wrong. Oh, this went the wrong way. That's not how I planned. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. And as I'm backtracking, the owner grabs the dog. I mean, very nicely goes and unties the dog, and he goes, I'm just going to take care of it. I live right there. I'll just bring it home. Like, I just wanted to say thank you to this group of 15 dudes playing basketball with little stupid Luch dog coming in.
Lil pup.
It could have gone so much worse, and it would have been my fault.
Here's the best way to solve this,
I wanted to say these guys couldn't have handled it better.
Here's the best way to solve this, though. The dog didn't have to go inside. All the dog really wanted is attention. And if one person from that group is over there playing with the dog, it's not barking.
Well, that's definitely true. Is that from the social media lounge?
No, this is from the social media lounge. Quote, I'm sorry, sirs. My mind has escaped me because I'm high on carbs. That's from Maddie Potts. I did a voice. I tried to do a Matty Potts carb voice.
That's as good as it gets. So no, I did not get my ass beat. I came back in here and I locked all the doors. I'm freaking out, but the truth is they couldn't have handled it any better. And I think in a world without racism, that comment should be, and they were like, this guy's just being real with us. He's not actually threatening us. So I think that's a win for racism yesterday. That's a win. That is white people, black people talking to each other as if race wasn't a thing. There's no threat. We're just people on a planet. Your dog's annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Sucks. It's just your dog sucks. Brax, get us out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Oh, don't do anything like Luch just did. Have a great weekend.
Valley, what do you got for him, man?
Sorry, Potts couldn't be here for the whole show, so instead I'm going to say it. You can kindly go fuck yourself.
We miss you, Potts. Have fun at your appointment. We will see you guys all next week. Rebecca Randolph, congratulations, $100 PayPal to your account. Copy would like to donate his $100 to the Float Life Fund for Float Life Fest 2018. That is badass. Terry Peter, you are my hero. Jess Jones, thanks for calling in today. For everybody here at TTR Studios, we've had a blast. It's Luch Dog in the morning.
At litmradio.com.